But this, by actually adding lights and lasers into the next level of that, becomes a whole new experience that, by far, right now, even from just employee preview one night, you know, that seems to be the dark horse that's out in front. Everybody seems to be doing the best right now. So,
talk a little bit about the scale of the houses this year. Walking into something like Winter's Night, huge facade there. Forsaken's got a really big room in it. The Poe House is full of big rooms. It seems like you really went big this year.
It was our goal that typically in the past, for a history lesson, in the first 20 years, we would typically in the first half of that, we had A houses and B houses. And the B houses kind of got the leftovers, they were black plywood, you went through a maze. There are no A and B houses anymore. So everything, including Poe, which I love, when you walk into the portrait gallery, it's a soundstage house. You see the detail that's gone into it. And I have to credit your team because David and Kim killed themselves trying to get everything right. And not only that, but in 360 degrees, which is an incredibly difficult task.
you know, it was the marriage between the creative team and the design team was phenomenal this year because they all had the same vision. The vision was, how do we take what we've done for the last 20 years and do it completely different and better? You know, and that's a hard task because every year we sit down with that same motive. How do we make it better next year? How do we make it different next year? But this one was a concerted effort to say, how do we take, as Patrick said, take everything and kind of lock it away and take everything from a design, from a creative, from a story, from a character, and make it worlds different. You know, and big in the haunted houses, as you say, the scale, the architecture, the detail. You know, what the designers sat down, David and Kim, which you guys have met or some of the other things, wonderful guys. And just like all of us, passionate about this product. They've been involved with this product like Patrick has been for years. And for us to take a walk through it and go, almost rejuvenate us and say, we love this event. We love what we've been able to produce this year. We can't wait for all you guys to go out and have fun with it, play with it.
The very first day that you get to walk into a set after it's already been dressed with decor and scenic work, you're like a kid in the candy store. You're just walking around going, wow. And you don't remember who came up with what idea. And I think that's a testament to the collaboration that we have between our two different teams. It's amazing.
Great.
So last year was legendary. Truth was Creative's favorite, or Creative's house. What's Creative's house this year?
Well, again, it's interesting. Kim had a great comment. We did a tweet up. I know you were at the tweet up the other night. You guys were too. Is that, and it's funny because we even talk about it now because it got to be quoted, I think, mostly across the boards for you guys. Which he said it's hard to really pick one this year. And you know, and all of us have our personal favorites because what we lean towards. But as Patrick said, you know, this year we are amazed at the level of detail from the story that was developed to the set designs to the, and again, this is an army of people. We're lucky enough to have the opportunity to talk to you guys, but there is a gaggle of army of people behind us, from set dressers to show directors to performers to customers to, you know, the technicians that run the houses, that everything has been pushed that second level to where you walk through all the houses is that, again, I feel like a 2-year-old because I'm like giggling like, this is great, this is great. I walked through stalls and steam, which is the back side of the house, which everybody traditionally says that's a hard house. We have to work around architecture. It's hot. It's difficult to get a good story through there. I walked through the house when we did a point preview and through our reviews, and I was like the happiest guy alive because I'm going, this is an awesome house. You know, so it's tough. Like I said, I can't say. I usually wait till you guys go through it, and I seem to see how you guys react to it, and that's when I start to say, you know what, we were the best at producing the house with the best reactions there, and that's when I walk away at the end of the year saying that was probably one of our best houses.
I was lucky enough to go through the houses, so the 3D house totally just blew me away. I mean, I was expecting really good saws and steam, all that new animation and stuff. I'm hoping it stays for the whole season. I mean, it's just really great. And this season seems to be like the wet year. There's like 4 or 5 houses that seem to be just...
Maybe just you happen to have bad luck.
Yeah, I guess I took in Lady Luck and
That's
lost.
right, that's it.
Black you lose.
She's around, that's right.
Yep.
Are we going to find any interactive elements like the red button in the houses this year?
I can't stop.
That's the one question.
Yeah, what's on the news? What's on the news this morning? The guy said there are going to be some, but you're not going to tell us until after.
Of course not.
After it opens.
We'll give you the fun to interact with our experience. You know.
Plus, you're going to find, and I know that we've done this in the years past with a couple of other icons, where we tie all the mazes together, and every single maze has got a reminder of the icon somewhere. Every single maze and scare zone has a reminder of the icon, and some are very difficult to find. It's going to take multiple viewings for you to go in and finally piece some stuff together. Some are plain as day. Like you walk in, and it's on the wall, and you're like, oh, there it is. Others are a little bit harder to
We're
find.
gonna find how good luck.
You're standing on it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So your rule of Halloween Horror Nights, you don't touch the characters, they don't touch you.
Right.
In the houses this year, you seem to have broken that barrier with the use of water a lot. Can you talk about that? I noticed that at least 3 of the houses I walked down were pretty wet this year.
Yeah, well, I mean, if we're not in your face, then, you know, in one way, we got to be in your face in another. And it's always fun to mess with your senses. I mean, we dump smells in, we dump sound in, we have definite visuals going on, but there's something about a tactile response from a human being when you walk through an environment they're not sure of, that it just sets it off the charts. I love the fact that we use water as much as we do. I want to use more. And not just water, but other elements as well.
Well, and for your savvy audience, you guys know it's mostly water, but what we love to be able to do with it is that we set it up to be some type of body fluid, you know, blood, nastiness. So when it happens at that split-second moment, you know, your mind tricks your senses enough to say, wait, did I just get the guy who slit his throat blood on me? You kind of go, that's just cool. On some of you, on some of us think it's disgusting. Some of you, hopefully, we get the reaction and they're horrified and they run screaming from the room. But yeah, to Patrick's point, you know, every year we see the experiences growing to the point where how much more can we interact with you? You mentioned special effects and you mentioned you know, 3D.
I guarantee you, the moment that they allow us to dump blood on guests, we will. I guarantee you that moment, if it comes,
We'll be happy to do it.
we'll be happy to do it. We will spray people down.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, no problem.
Thank you.
Okay.